Hello, Oracles. Well, today I'm going to break down and recap everything that happened over the past week for Tesla and the stock, and then take a look at the week ahead and see what is going to happen, how it could possibly influence the stock again. So I'm doing this because, sometimes life gets busy. You guys don't have a chance to watch videos all week long. Just getting a little quick recap here I think would be a great idea, get you guys caught up on everything that happened, and just give you a little rundown as to what I think could potentially happen in the future. And so last week we saw quite a bit of stuff going on for Tesla in particular. So we did start the week off. We had Alexandra, who was really harping on the S&P and Moody's about the credit rating and upgrading them to investor grade. So just a reminder, Alexandra and Vinny from Investment Club will be on the channel today. We will be doing a live stream at 3 p.m. Eastern time. If you guys want to check it out there, we will be talking about credit rating. We'll be talking about ESG, buybacks, all sorts of stuff going on. So please join us there at 3 o'clock. This week, we also got numbers in from China. Out of Shanghai, they delivered almost 77,000 vehicles for the month of August. That is almost a record. The record was 79,000 set back in June. So we are looking at very possible potential of hitting over 100,000 deliveries for September. And we got production numbers as well, and production numbers were just a little bit below deliveries at 76,605. And it looks like we are at a run rate of pushing almost 90,000 vehicles to get produced in the month of September. So awesome ramp continuing going on over in Shanghai. And then we got some information about Thailand, and it looks like Tesla is going to be hiring for over there. Looks like for a service and sales center. Not sure exactly what's going on, but definitely some hiring going on over in Thailand. We've been hearing about a lot of hiring potentially going on for Canada, maybe getting a gigafactory there. I do not think Thailand is going to be a gigafactory, but it looks like we should be seeing Tesla going into there for at least sales. This week we also saw some test ratings coming back for Tesla, hitting a record and highest rating ever given out by the Euro NCAP, and then very high ratings over in Australia at the ANCAP as well. This is something that is extremely underappreciated about Tesla. Even looking at the algorithms, my video last week talking about Tesla being the safest vehicle on the planet, the algorithms don't even talk about safety. They don't even care. This is why when you're looking at people trying to get clicks out there, if it's going to be negative about safety, they're going to get a lot of clicks. If it's going to be positive, they don't care. So this is why we need to do our part to spread the word about how safe Tesla is, because it's not going to hit mainstream media. It's not going to hit social media. It's very hard to get the word out there. So these numbers are extremely important, and this is the real reason why most people should be buying a Tesla, is because of the safety factor. So make sure you spread the word on that. But Tesla got the highest ratings from the Euro NCAP and extremely high ratings from Australia. And then we got some more information about Tesla potentially looking into refining lithium and other battery component materials. So we got word last week that Tesla is looking to be potentially doing some refining down around the Austin area. I guess they have a second location that they were inquiring about over in Louisiana. But as Rob Maurer said himself, seems like that's probably just a bargaining chip piece to try and maybe get a lower deal for the one over by Austin. Makes more sense to have it by Austin. Obviously, the factory is there. And Neuralink also has 37 acres that they are about to build on to build up their business as well. So it looks like Elon is really setting up camp down there in the Austin area for all of his businesses. And Tesla getting into lithium refining and battery component refining really just shows the strong push that Elon and Tesla have to changing the world over to renewable, sustainable energy. This is something he had talked about before, which I'm sure we will see at Master Plan Part 3, discussing, just speeding up the process and what it actually is going to take to get the world transitioned over to renewable energy. And the first thing Elon had talked about was bottlenecks. And the bottlenecks that they see, lithium is the biggest one and the next one that they are going to hit. So Tesla's taking the matter into their own hands. This is what they do. They see an issue. They see that nobody else is looking to solve that issue at the pace and speed that they are looking at to doing it. So Tesla's going to just go and do it themselves. So it looks like, based upon this information, they could potentially start breaking ground by the end of this year and have the facility up and running by 2024. Still have yet to see about this. Based upon the news, it was very early on procedures that they were going through just to find out the feasibility of actually doing this. So that's where they are, very early on, but I guess it can speed up pretty quickly and actually break ground by the end of the year. And another reason it could be huge that Tesla is going to be getting into the refining of these battery components and lithium are the fact that, look at the EV tax credit. There's a lot of stipulations in the EV tax credit that require a lot of the components to come from or be refined in the US or in North America. So this is just Tesla's foresight at play again here, looking at, hey, we see this coming, we see this going on with the EV tax credit, we see the fact that we are going to need to do this. It's going to be great for our business to have logistics be that close. We can do it ourselves, which means that we are in control of our own destiny, and it's going to guarantee that we are going to qualify for all the EV tax credits, which they don't need anyway, but they're just going to qualify for them in the future down the road. So they're just laying the foundation and groundwork for their success even further with this. And then speaking about all the refining and battery components, we got some leaked information coming out of Giga Nevada talking about production coming out of Fremont and how that is significantly higher than I had thought. Looks like they're at around the 12,000 vehicle per week rate, looking to push to 14,000 vehicles per week. And they are also cranking up production for megapacks and batteries for megapacks. They are also doing some significant hiring over in Fremont at the new facility over there when it comes to battery packs and power walls as well. So again, this is something that I was talking about previously, really going to start diving into the energy side of the business, because I have a feeling that Master Plan Part 3 is really going to focus more on energy. Master Plans Part 1 and 2, obviously the whole goal is to get to renewable energy worldwide, but the first two were more about EVs and building up what they needed to with EVs to continue this motion going forward. They're now there. The whole entire world has already seen that we are transitioning over to EVs. Now we need a way to source them, and we need a way to energize them. That is going to come from Tesla Energy and other energy sources and other companies who are doing solar, wind, potentially nuclear in the future. So this big piece here, I think, is what Master Plan Part 3 is going to be all about. It's going to be more on the energy side of things than the EV side of things. And on Friday after close, Elon had put out a third basis trying to file a claim to terminate the Twitter deal based upon some information about the whistleblower and how he got paid out by Twitter back in June. So we'll see if this actually gets to be held up in court. We are not sure yet if the judge is going to accept this or not. We will find that information out. But there's good stuff coming up this week about Twitter, which we will get into in a moment. And so overall for the week, the way the stock traded, as Karav pointed out, we had a nice cup and handle pattern that formed for the course of the week. Now we know that we talked about before a long-term cup and handle that we had that was going back all the way to June, and we formed that. We had the handle, we saw a little bit of a pull down and then a breakout this week as we were coming back up because we saw that cup and handle this week. So how are we going to trade going forward? Well, looking at the fact that a cup and handle usually leads to a potential breakout, not really sure. Talking to Clueless in the comments as well, discussing how the bears right now may have to cover because we're pushing that 299 mark. We may push past that, get some FOMO coming in from new time investors. They're going to start buying because they want to get it before the stock runs. And then we may get the rug pulled out from underneath us with the bears covering, and then we pull down to fill the gaps down to 247. That's a lot that can potentially transpire, I know, but just looking at where we are at with the stock, looking at the charts, looking at the macro environment, you know, we've got CPI that's coming out on Tuesday this week. We have expectations of 8.1%. We've got PPI coming out the day after. Then going back to the Twitter deal when it comes to Tesla on the 13th, also the day that we get CPI, we have Twitter shareholders are going to be voting on the deal at the $54.20 share price. Obviously, the Twitter shareholders are going to vote yes for this because they would like that to go through, because that means that all of their share prices will go up. So will there be a deal that's going to be had before then? Don't know. We shall see over the next couple of days. And other than the Twitter information, there's really not a lot of specific Tesla information we are going to be getting this week. It's going to be more macro environment based when we're paying attention to the news. And again, I thought we were going to pull back with some uncertainty going into CPI. I truly don't know. Timing could be off, but I still do feel that we are going to get this pullback and fill those gaps at 247. And again, I'm not trying to spread any FUD. I don't play options. I'm not trying to pull the stock back by any means. I'm not hedging anything. I've got buys set at 250 in my IRA. I do have a significant chunk of cash sitting on the sidelines looking to add to my main portfolio at 250 also. So if we get down there, I'm ready for it. If not, I still dollar cost average every day because I don't know for sure what's going to happen. But just looking at the charts, looking at the macro, looking at the fact that we still have uncertainty from midterm elections coming and we really haven't seen a big sell-off or the uncertainty type of macro environment swings that we normally see yet. We still have a lot to get through, so I still can anticipate a pullback coming. I just don't know when. I don't know if we're going to run up further before we pull back, if we're just going to keep on running and don't pull back at all. I don't know. And of course, I know that's crazy because I'm making predictions of I don't know, but I still feel we are going to pull back, I just don't know when. Let me know in the comments below, do you think we are going to run up to the moon and never come back to fill those gaps? Do you think we are going to fill those gaps this week or next? And what do you think is going to happen with the Twitter deal? Do you think that they are going to come up with some sort of deal before they have the Twitter shareholder meeting? Or do you think that they are going to have to wait until October 17th and let the judge decide? And again, just a quick reminder, we will be on this afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern time with Alexandra and Vinny from Investment Club, discussing credit ratings, discussing ESG, buybacks, all sorts of stuff. So jump on there, ask all the questions you want. It's going to be kind of an open chat with Alexandra. It's going to be awesome, so check it out then. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate all of your support and feedback. If you have not subscribed, please do so down below. Sign yourself up for notifications. I am over on Twitter at OracleTim1. I share all the latest Tesla news, pertinent stock market information, and all of my daily trades. We do have a Discord chat. That link is down in the description. And if you'd like to support the channel any further, we do have a Patreon. That link is also in the description. Thank you so much. Have a great one.